your dad Reimer, you see him for the first time. What stood out to you about him last year?
Well, we had a real good year. I mean, between him and Stevie, they figured out a plan to allow Rhymes to have success. He got to play in the Stanley Cup final, and then signed a big contract. So he had a heck of a year for himself last year.
Talking with Connor Brown, as a coach, when you see the play he made on PK to strip the puck off him in the neutral zone to eventually lead to Leo's goal, what does that mean to a player his age this early in his NHL career?
Well, the play I liked the best was just how he went under contact behind the net, how he rode the bike, he kept his feet going, and then was able to make a good play to get it to the top, and that's how Leo scored. So Brownie's a real intelligent player, makes plays. You don't see all the plays he makes yet just because confidence, but he's smart, he makes plays. His pace is picked up, he got a lot stronger in the summer. We can play him against the real good players, which is positive, and then he's a good penalty killer for us, does it right.
Connor Garrett getting back in tonight, what have you wanted to see more of from him?
Well, I think Connor's been all right, to be honest with you. The big thing for him, he's not a huge man, but he's an elite skater with a great brain. And so he's got to do more with his stick and more by cutting people off than he does in physical contact. And then just use his skill set. But he's a real confident player, he's a good player, we like him a lot.
The players obviously don't like it, but is there something good that can be accomplished in the press box? Do you think just...
Yeah, but I mean, as a young guy in particular, I don't like guys to be sitting out very often. I mean, if that's your lot in life, that's your lot in life, and it's a tough one, though. Just imagine you don't get to do, you're playing in the NHL, you don't get to play. It's a tough thing. It's tough being a 7th D and an 8th D, and you don't get in for periods of time when there's no injuries. They're just flat out tough. What you hope is that you're ultra prepared, you work real hard, you take it all in, you do everything you can, so when you get your opportunity, you see that all over the league, guys get their opportunity on their second and third team, and then end up having a real good 10-year run. So take advantage of it, even though sometimes it's not as positive as you'd like.
Is there one thing that happens with Neander when he's going more?
Well, he competes. Real simple. I mean, the wonderful thing about our game is if you compete every night, God touched you with this magic wand, gave you the skill set, doesn't mean you're going to be a star. What's going to make you a star is your drivetrain. So that's what separates the good and the great.
Is that something that can be learned?
Absolutely, 100%. You just got to do it every day. You got to do it. You can't let yourself off the hook.
Building on drivetrain, when you look at a guy like Yager playing at 44, how does that apply to him as opposed to everyone else?
Well, I mean, you got to marvel, obviously, he's a huge man with an unbelievable skill set. So even as his skills have diminished, he's still better than most of us. So that's how good he was. No different than Chelios was or Lidstrom or any of those guys that are elite. They can play longer. Now, Yags, not many guys love the game as much as Yags does to keep playing. They get on with life. This is his life, and obviously he's a good player for them. Must be a real good role model, or they wouldn't want him around. So I mean, it's great for the fans. It's great for us.